How in your life do you fight for sexual integrity? Number one, win the battle in the mind. This is where it begins. What you listen to, what you watch, what you allow in, and then what you allow yourself to think about. What you allow yourself to dwell on, to fantasize about. That matters because that ends up shaping the choices that you make. How many times, don't answer this out loud, how many times have you made a foolish decision that was preceded? Preceded means that's before, right? Yeah, okay. That was preceded by thinking about it. Keep thinking about it. You keep turning it over in your head. Well, you start rationalizing. Honestly, if you squint and look at the Bible this way, it's kind of the right thing to do. Really, if you just think about it, it's like all of that, letting it turn over in your head ahead of time, it leads you somewhere. So that is the place to start. Win the battle in the mind. Choose what you're going to allow yourself to think about, to turn over in your head, right? Pay attention to that. Second, set up guardrails before temptation comes. This is such a big deal. When you think about sexual integrity in your life, what guardrails do you need to set up in your life today to help you when temptation hits tomorrow? For some of you, it's like, you know what, honestly, I just need a flip phone. Nobody wants that, right? So that's just this, it's like, it's one of those things, right? This is the, this is the gouge out your eye. This is the cut off your hand, right? If this were if this were 2005, this would be us walking the computer out to the dumpster, right? And it's like, that cost me $2,000. I get it. But it's like, I can't have that in the house or in my pocket, right? So it's like, what are the guardrails? What are the things, hey, you and your husband and wife that you need to sit down and say, hey, listen, this is a judgment-free zone, but we're all susceptible. So on the front end, what guardrails do we need to set up in our marriage that protect our sexual integrity? It's like, hey, I don't go out to dinner, just me and somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we're not doing that. I'm not playing that game. Oh, we're just bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what it looks like in your life, but here's the point. There are guardrails that you need to set up. And some of you, when I said that, you knew exactly what the guardrails were. It came right up into your head. You knew exactly what it needs to be. Just do that. Set it up now while you're okay. Because now is when you have the opportunity to win the battle. Now is when you have the opportunity to set up for success. Okay, last thing. This is such a big deal. Get accountable. Don't fight alone. Some of you, and I know what this feels like, okay? Some of you need to tell somebody what you are struggling with. And for some of you, you need to tell somebody for the first time. Because you've been carrying this thing that you try to fight alone. And it's like, listen, look, I'm a dude. I know this is not just a guy problem. This is an all of us issue. I get that, right? But I know what it feels like in my own life, right? And I'm so grateful that there are men in my life who ask me difficult questions and who I have the opportunity to have real tough conversations with about, hey, here's what we're looking at, and here's what we're facing, and here's how you need that. We all need that. Amen? So how do you fight for sexual integrity? There's more than just these three things, but I think this is a good place to start. You got to win the battle in the mind, set up guardrails before temptation comes, And I think this might be the most important one, get accountable, don't fight alone. Our sin, it thrives in secrecy, right? When we keep it secret, that's when it has all the power. It loses so much power when you drag it into the light. So drag it into the light. Okay. The battle for sexual integrity. It is not one in the moment of temptation. It is one in all of the moments leading up to it. When you set yourself up on the front end. So let's set ourselves up on the front end.